Hello, you lovely ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mangs, and today I have a bit of a question for you guys. Have you ever wondered which COs appear the most frequently on my channel in terms of replay casting? Well, I did too, so I actually took it upon myself to go through 153 replay commentaries and count up the number of times that each CO has appeared. So this is total appearances on both sides. So that means that, in an adder mirror match, that counts as 2 adders. If there's like a Grim mirror match, then there's 2 Grims. So unsurprisingly, you can see that adder dominates the #1 spot. He has appeared 39 times across all my videos. And this kind of makes sense because he is one of the most popular tier 4 COs. Grim in second place does not surprise me either because, Grim guy replays, what more can I say? Jess, of course, is one of my favorites. Jake also makes sense that he'd be up here because, again, he's the most, one of the most popular tier 4 COs. Von Bolt is kind of like the safe pick, which makes sense. Drake, I do love Drake. However, I decided to see which CO is the least featured CO on my channel. Now, there's some Days of Ruin COs in here. This is just a screenshot of a notepad, by the way. It's nothing fancy. I haven't turned it into a graphic yet, so I apologize for that. But as you can see right here, if we exclude the Days of Ruin COs, because of course I haven't casted that many Days of Ruin matches, the least featured CO on my channel is Jugger. He's only appeared a total of 1 time across all my replay casts. And I do find that a little bit sad. So today what I did basically is I went through my Gmail that I have where you guys can submit matches, and I just searched for keyword Jugger and I just opened a random match, and we're gonna cast this match. I have no idea what I'm in for. I don't even know if it's a good match. I just decided I wanted to cast a Jugger match. So let's just have a look at these 2 players, shall we? Itweet and Madglaze. Let's have a look at their ratings, see what kind of players we're dealing with right here. So 900 rating for Iweet, 700 rating for Madglaze. Okay. So Itweet? Itweet? I'm just gonna call him Wheat. Wheat has played actually a lot of games. Whereas Madglaze looked like he just had a big losing streak and decided to stop playing. And consequentially, he is... Okay, no, he is not the Jugger player. Okay. Interesting. So, well, this'll be interesting, I think. So, let's just talk a little bit about Jugger, shall we? So, why is he so rarely shown on my channel? Well, I think it's because both he and Flak are still banned in Global League. Like, even in Tier 4, you can't pick the luck COs because luck, that's pretty much the reason. They do allow Jugger and Flak in Live League, though. But I feel like Flak is just such a more popular CO. Like, I love Flak. I tend to play Flak a lot. Jugger feels like discount Flak. The only difference between Jugger and Flak is that Jugger is more sporadic. He has 5% less good luck, or he has 5% more bad luck, but 5% more good luck. So he can deal a little bit more damage than Flak does, but it should really even out at the end of the day. And I think I read somewhere that Flak has more favorable rolls than Jugger, just based on the math. Like, he has a better chance of interrupting a city with 2 infantry without com towers, for example. Jugger also has the unfortunate nerf that his superpower is 1 star more expensive than Flak's. It's a 7-star power instead of a 6. And I do think that is pretty consequential, at least in longer matches where you want to pop your superpower a lot. Jugger will just get off less CO powers than Flak on average, and that is not fun. He also just doesn't look as good as Flak. Like, Flak is Flak. He has the most iconic, look ever. We love Flak. He's like a dumb big ape. Jugger's just a robot. It's not really as much fun, you know? But, I wanted to cast a match with one of my least featured COs. I figured, why not? He's up against Grim, and this is actually a very interesting matchup. I don't know if I've covered this exact matchup before, but I think I've covered Grim versus Luck COs before, and this is very interesting because bad luck and good luck interacts with Grim's negative defense in a very interesting way. Let me show you what I mean. So, let me bring up, let's bring up Grim right here. Let's put the infantry on roads, and let's actually swap them around. So, Well, let's do this. So you can see right here that if this were to be Jugger against a regular CO, you can see that Jugger does 41 to 84, right? But the moment we select Grim, you can see that this firepower goes up exponentially, and this is because lower defense actually increases your luck values. So like here, for example, we can see when Jugger pops his superpower, he has a total damage. It's actually a lot easier to see if we do Mega Tanks. Infantry against Mega Tank, because then you actually get to see the full luck value, because they have a base damage of 0%, I think, or 1%. So, as you can see, whenever Jugger pops his power, he gets 0 to 95. It's actually a little lower, because Move Planner actually doesn't show negative values, so it's a little misleading. I think there may be a plugin you can install to fix that. But if we move this over to Grim, you can see that it suddenly goes up to 114%, so that's very interesting, right? So it goes both ways. High defense is very good against luck, and low defense increases luck. So this should, in theory, actually be Jugger's best matchup. So we'll see how that goes, I guess. Never seen this match before, or this map before. Pelican Point. I don't think I've ever played any games on it, but I actually kind of like it, just based on what I'm seeing right now. Kind of like that it's a 2-base map. Very exposed HQs. Pre-deployed black boats that you can use to ferry infantry to the center. It's actually a very cool map. I wonder if this was ever in the Live League pool. You got airports that are pretty exposed, but also pretty centered. That's good for Grim. He likes battlecopters. So does Jugger, though. So, yeah, interesting CO matchup right here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have no idea what we're in for right here. Not whatsoever, but let's put on the glorious theme that is Jugger's team. And let's cast this game, shall we? Let's see if it's any good. It's going to be a noob game, so don't expect, like, super good plays here. Alright. So, we got Wheat playing as Jugger in the black trunks in the bottom left corner of the screen. We got Mad Glaze playing as Grim in the top right corner of the screen. I don't expect any Grim Guy level plays here, but let's just see what both players decide to do right here. So, already we can see that iWheat, or itWheat, is... he is playing very recklessly. He's property skipping, probably to go get the airport, whereas his opponent is doing a more conventional capture chain. So, that's interesting. I think he might get punished for that. It also does seem like this is a Live League game. Yeah, it is, actually. It is a Live League. I don't know if it's rated, but I can see here 9 minutes, 11 minutes. It's definitely a Live League game. Again, I just opened a random match. I didn't even read anything, so I didn't really know what to expect here. But I can already see that Wheat is property skipping heavily. In fact, he's property skipping like absolute mad here to try and get these properties. I don't like this. I think if you're going to property skip, you need to have purpose behind it, right? Because you're foregoing early game economy, right? To get properties that you're probably going to end up getting anyway. So, and it's not like I used to think, back in the days when I played on the cartridge, I used to think that going for contested properties immediately was always the play. But it turns out that there's no point in going for a contested property if you don't have the economy to hold it, right? If you take it and then your opponent just takes it back, then you're essentially just wasted a bunch of resources. So Wheat right here, he is property skipping like crazy to try and get the contested properties on the corners of the map. But I don't really think it works, because look here, we're in a very bad situation here where Mad Glaze already has a tank in the center. That tank is going to wreak havoc on his infantry. There's nothing to protect them there. Wheat is only going to be able to build a tank this turn. So you can see how like he's already 2 vehicles behind on day 6 right here. Mad Glaze is going to have complete map control now. Wheat won't really be able to apply any pressure. Also just placing a dude right in the open right here for the tank to gobble up. Not only that, but also giving Mad Glaze the city. So yeah, not a great opener for Jugger right here. Oh, I see. Okay, I see. He's going to use... He base skipped. Base skip with 2k! What? Why didn't you build infantry? Wait, he's going to build infantry, right? What? You... You have 2,000 in the bank and you don't build infantry? Why not? Is he saving for something? Is he saving? Is he doing like a battlecopter rush? Is that because he has 7k income, right? And he has 2k. Is he saving up for a second? I think he's doing some kind of weird battlecopter chase. I don't think it's gonna work. Like stuff like this doesn't work in Advanced Wars. I know that in StarCraft you can like get away with like circling rushes and mutiny. Okay. I guess he is protecting his infantry, so the tank can't really move in for the kill, but he's also like 2 vehicles and 2 infantry behind now, so yeah, we just gonna be in a heavy uphill battle from here on out. I just have to like remind myself which of these were the lower rated player. Mad Glaze is actually the lower rated one. Wheat is the 900 MMR rated one. And yet, Mad Glaze is actually playing insanely well here. Like, really well here. He's playing much better than Wheat, so this is kind of weird, although it might be an older game. Actually, I think I can see when the game took place, can I? If I go, like, info? Actually, don't know if you can see when the map was played, but... Anyway, yeah, so Mad Glaze is getting tons of first strikes. Gobbles up an infantry. Yeah, Mad Glaze is just kind of playing around with Wheat right now. You never want to let yourself be in a situation where Grim gets the first strike on a bunch of your units. That's just not fun. The dude hits as hard as Combi. Let's not forget here. He has Combi level firepower. He just doesn't have his defense. But when he hits, it hurts as much as if Combi were to hit your units. So you really cannot be letting Grim get the jump on you like that. So, Anti-Air comes down, and that Battlecopter's days are limited right now. Strangely enough, Mad Glaze is behind on captures. I guess he's really... Oh, you gotta be careful here, too. The comm tower is in danger now, and I don't know. Building mechs on this map, I don't really think that's a good idea. Even with the black boat to move them out. Yeah, so you can see right now, so Mad Glaze is actually behind on properties, but he has 19 to 11 units, because... Wheat skipped so many properties and base skipped and the whole shablam. And also, like, if you're gonna build mechs, at least use the black boat. It's a very small map, though, I will say. This is a tricky map to play on. Very tricky map. At least neither of these COs have any movement boosts, so shouldn't be that hard. Like, you don't need to calculate a bunch of extra movement. I hate doing that on small maps. Looks like this, yeah, this property's not gonna fall, but this city on 102 might. Yeah, Mad Glaze is playing this pretty well. He is clearly the stronger player of these two. Even though Wheat is higher rated on the global league, Mad Glaze is playing this pretty well. Although, yeah, I mean, yeah, so he gets struck, but he doesn't get killed. And now 2 Battlecopters are going to first strike. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can build an Anti-Air to kill one of them, I guess. And that's exactly what he does, which is nice. Sadly, I don't think these mechs are going to get anything done without a movement boost. But we'll see how they go. Looks like Mad Glaze doesn't have any vehicles down in the bottom right, so he's going to have difficulties doing anything here. It does seem like this map has a bit of a strong weak side component, where this is probably Wheat's strong side, and this is Mad Glaze's strong side. So it eventually is going to devolve into like a top versus bottom fight, it looks like. A bit of a joint cap. Ooh, those Grim firepower. Ooh, look at that! He's using units to block. Yeah, see, Mad Glaze is actually playing this pretty well. He just needs to pull back in the bottom right, and he's pretty solid. Just don't overextend. Don't try to do multiple things at once. Ooh, I don't know about throwing away an Anti-Air like that. That's you giving the this tank at 1111 the option to go here and shoot. Don't think that's worth killing an infantry, but we'll see what happens. And it looks like an overclock is being played right now. So let's see. Oh, he's going for the mech versus Battlecopter. This could work, but the normal power, it's you can gamble on it, sure, but it's actually, I would actually say it's bad to pop it before taking Battlecopter engagements. And the reason I say that, and I've done this myself in a lot of flat games, if you don't pop it, then it's still a pretty good chance that you'll kill the Battlecopter. But if you pop it, it doesn't really worth it, in my opinion. So it's better to get some power charge out of it. He does end up one-shotting though, which is good. Okay. Oh, a bomber. Okay, so I'm not a big fan of bombers on Jugger. I don't think Luck COs need bombers particularly. The sporadic damage is more likely to make them not kill Anti-Air, which is kind of annoying. I'm a much bigger fan of Battlecopters on Luck COs. Bombers are reliable in terms of how much damage they deal. They're usually good at one-shotting units. So but they're also incredibly expensive. So, and with Grim, I feel like his defense is so low that battlecopters can probably get the job done anyway. So I like this little sack of the Antire just to inflict a little bit of repair damage. That Antire was a goner anyway, so that's actually a pretty nice play. But yeah, looks like Madglaze is getting cleaned up here. Oh, and suddenly, you know what? You know, I've been hampering on Wheat all game, but it actually kind of looks like he's mopping the floor with Madglaze right now. He's kind of winning on both fronts. But Madglaze banked 7k, so what, is he going to build a fighter or something right now? I would probably build a fighter now, just to counter the bomber. He does have, oh, joint cap there. There's no point in joint capping unless you know you're going to get the property. And with all these properties around, or with all these infantry walking around, there's no way you're going to get it, buddy. It's just not going to happen. Also, I'm pretty sure that bomber can just kill the Antire unless you build another one. Because it's a Grim Antire. It's like it's on a road, and he does have to build another one, which is good. And he banks up another 7k. Ooh, okay, so he's just gonna... Oh, he's gonna surround his bomber. Okay, that's pretty nice. It doesn't look like he's doing it properly, though, because there's 2 infantry here that can get this, so... Yeah, Wheat sadly just threw away his bomber. So that bomber is gonna go bye-bye. Interrupt the comm tower, clear away the 2 HP infantry. Bye-bye goes the bomber. And suddenly, Madglaze is back into this game. He is very back into this game, actually. Both players have their superpowers almost ready now. So this is a very volatile part of the game, where you want to be very careful. Medium tank, okay, I guess. I think just a tank would work, though, but... I like the recon, it's a good little buy. He needs Antire, though. Because in comes the battlecopter, and it's gonna have absolutely nothing there to contest it. Yeah, this is an absolute slugfest, man. My goodness. Noob games are something else, man. Casting noob games is like you're just sitting there baffled by what's going on. I don't even know how to respond to half of these moves. Like, they're just moves. Okay, so we have a mid-turn overclock. Wheat is going to try and go for the luck damage on this battlecopter. And yeah, I don't know, man. It just almost never works. I really don't like the normal power for either Flak or Jugger. It doesn't feel reliable enough to take gambles. Superpower is something else. Okay luck roll, I guess. Antire tank. So both players are actually very equally matched right now. But looks like Madglaze just popped his Haymaker. I don't really know why. It doesn't really seem like that would have been a one-shot anyway, so... Yeah, that's a Haymaker that was completely unnecessary. He could have definitely saved that one for a rainy day. All of these engagements that he's making, he would have killed units either way without using his power. But again, this is pretty typical when I watch noobs play. They just click their button the moment it's ready. It's like a reflex to them. They're like, oh, power ready, click. You know, and that's just when you're a noob, you always think you have to use your power right away, but generally speaking, you should exercise more strength with your power. I have seen the opposite end, though. I've seen new players going entire games and just sitting on their powers, forgetting to activate them. I don't know which is worse, wasting your power or never using your power. I guess they're equally bad in a way. We also have to keep in mind these guys are playing live, and they're noobs playing live, so playing live is stressful. But yeah, man. Ooh, I just realized too, like this HQ is like very exposed. You need to be very careful. You can definitely lose an HQ if you're not careful here. Now, Wheat does have his normal power. I guess there is one thing to be said for Jugger. I don't think I mentioned this, but the fact that he has a bigger power means that he can save up for more normal powers. That is something. If you don't intend on using superpowers, but yeah, there's nothing that can really challenge this medium tank right here. It's gonna have a very good day here. I have legitimately no idea who's gonna come out on top. These players seem very equally matched. They're both making equally terrible moves. Madglaze definitely seemed like a more impressive player at the start, but Itweed has been able to kind of like fight his way back in this matchup. He definitely needs some kind of response to this medium tank, though. He has 4 battlecopters. He just needs to bring them over here. But, yeah, they're sacking so many units that their unit count is fluctuating all over the place. And again, popping overclock before going for battlecopter engagements is so risky. feel like this turn he would have been better off just not popping it. And here comes another Knuckle Duster. Ooh, doesn't quite get the mech. Kills the other mech, but he doesn't kill any anti-air. But now he's shifting his battlecopters to the right-hand side, which is actually very smart. And he traps the medium tank. That's really cool. That's actually a very good play right there. That's super good. Yeah, you gotta be careful not to get your medium tank trapped. He definitely overextended. Artillery in day 19, way too late. You don't want to build artillery at this stage during the game. At this point, it is just tank and spank. But it looks like the anti-air is falling down, and Itweet, despite being behind in properties, seems to be making somewhat of a comeback, maybe? I mean, Madgley still has a bunch of battlecopters and tanks, so maybe not. Again, it's impossible to really call these games. Like, this could swing either way so incredibly quickly. Day 20, though. Itweet is behind on properties, but he has that medium tank that is still undamaged. Needs to get it away from those Grim Battlecopters, though. They are seriously scary. You don't even want to... he put his medium tank in range of 1, 2... Oh, he builds the fighter, finally. Okay. I feel like at this point, the fighter is probably redundant, but who knows. But yeah, Madglaze is now threatening this city, or this base as well, on the left-hand side right here, so... And yeah, this is what I was talking about, 9-6, like, Grim Battlecopters are like mini bombers. They are absolutely terrifying. They are absolutely terrifying. Day 21. In comes the fighter. I like that he didn't pop his overclock before making that engagement, because that would have just made it less likely to succeed. I think the fighter always one-shots battlecopters. There's no point in popping overclock. Yeah, okay, so right now he's looking at the, he's scared of his HQ being capped. Now, what was the unit that died? Was that, I think that was, the Blackboard ran out of fuel. That's funny. But yeah, it looks like Madglaze is actually gonna go for the cat. I don't think there's anything he can do to stop this. Oh, no, that's GG right there. That's GG. That is literally GG. Unless he gets the most lucky overclock of all time, that is GG right there. I was talking about that HQ, how scary it was, and how you need to be aware of it. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way. He's probably gonna try and pop. Wait. I didn't even think about the fighter, lol. No! He resigns! I guess it doesn't really matter. I mean, what is he gonna do here? What is he gonna do? Like, he can interrupt with the... No, wait, he can't even interrupt with the anti-air, because that's a forest towel. I am an idiot. No, he can. He absolutely can. I guess he could buy himself a few more turns, if anything, but that's pretty much about it. There's no other infantry here, so if he interrupts here, he will be okay. But then again, what does he do with all the other units, right? So, yeah, no, I get the resign here, I really do. I think this medium tank was just off in the corner doing stupid things. It should have been in the center. But yeah. That was a chaotic match. I didn't really know what to expect when I just randomly opened up a match. But this is what we get. But hey, guys, now Jugger is a little bit more featured on my channel. Let me know, guys. What other COs would you like to see more on this channel? Like, I've done very little Hawk, I see. I've done very little Hawk. I've done almost no Javier, which is interesting, because Javier is actually a pretty cool CO. I've done... surprisingly little Nell. I thought only 7 times? I'm surprised. That can't be right. I feel like I've casted more Nell games than that. Although she did just recently get unbanned in Live League, so I guess maybe not. Huh. Yeah. Well, do let me know, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, I do occasionally check this Gmail, so do submit matches to it if you want. GG, Itweet and Madglaze. It was a fun match, chaotic as it may have been. I hope you guys enjoyed this little cast. And Jugger fanboys out there, hope you're happy. Bye-bye.